Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this video on Sultan Abdulhamid II, the last great leader of the Ottoman Empire.
Ne dedi? Bir daha söyleyiniz. Peygamber Efendimiz'i rüyamda gördüm ve Hamidimiz dedi.
He ruled for over 30 years, from 1876 to 1909. He was born on September 21, 1842 in Istanbul. He was the son of Sultan Abdulhamid I. He received a comprehensive education in Islamic theology, law, and philosophy, which helped him become a wise and just ruler. He became the ruler of the Ottoman Empire in 1876. During his reign, he implemented several significant reforms that helped modernize the Ottoman Empire and strengthen its position in the world. He reorganized the army, modernized the navy, and established a national postal service. He also introduced new laws to promote education, health, and civil liberties. Abdulhamid reforms were aimed at modernizing the Ottoman Empire and bringing it in line with the standards of the modern world. He established modern schools and universities, promoted the use of the printing press, and encouraged the development of industry and commerce. He also introduced new laws to protect the rights of minorities and improve the conditions of workers. One of Abdulhamid's most significant reforms was the establishment of the Hamidi Medical College in Istanbul, which trained doctors and nurses to provide modern medical care to the Ottoman population. This institution served as a model for medical education in the Muslim world and helped improve the health and well-being of millions of people. He also went to great lengths to preserve Mecca and Medina and funded major projects within the two cities, including a modern water system in Mecca to protect it from flooding and Hajj's train line that connected to Palestine and Medina. Abdulhamid faced several challenges during his reign, including economic instability, political unrest, and external threats. One of the biggest challenges he faced was the decline of the Ottoman Empire's power and influence. The empire was facing increasing pressure from European powers, and its internal divisions were weakening its ability to resist external aggression. Another challenge was the rise of nationalist movements within the empire, which threatened its unity and stability. These movements were often based on ethnic or religious identities and sought greater autonomy or independence from Ottoman rule. Abdulhamid also faced opposition from his own military, which was divided between traditionalist and reformist factions. The reformists sought to modernize the army and introduce new technologies and tactics, while the traditionalists were more resistant to change. In 1908, a group of reformist officers known as the Young Turks overthrew Abdulhamid and established a constitutional monarchy. They accused Abdulhamid of being a despot who had blocked the progress of the Ottoman Empire and violated the rights of its citizens. The Young Turks were supported by some of the Ottoman Empire's European allies, who saw the reformists as a way to weaken the Ottoman Empire and increase their own influence in the region. The Young Turks promised to modernize the empire and bring it in line with European standards of government and society. After his overthrow, Abdulhamid was deposed and imprisoned in a palace on the island of Principe. His imprisonment was a difficult time for him, but he continued to display his leadership qualities even in captivity. He wrote extensively on various topics, including history, philosophy, and religion. He also remained in touch with his supporters and continued to receive visitors, including prominent Muslim leaders and intellectuals. When he was bribed to hand over Palestine to the Zionists, he responded, "I cannot hand over the land that does not belong to me, but rather it is for all of the Islamic nation."
Ben bir karış dahi olsa toprak satmam. Zira bu vatan bana değil, milletime aittir.
Abdulhamid's legacy continues to inspire Muslims around the world, and his story is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and vision. He faced several challenges during his reign and was ultimately overthrown by the Young Turks, but his reforms and contributions to the Ottoman Empire continue to be remembered and celebrated by Muslims worldwide. Abdulhamid's imprisonment had a significant impact on his legacy and the Muslim world. His steadfast refusal to compromise his principles and beliefs, even in the face of adversity, has inspired generations of Muslims to stand up for their rights and defend their faith. His commitment to the welfare of the Muslim world and his refusal to sell Palestine to the Jews remain symbols of his leadership and legacy. His expertise in politics was praised by many of his contemporaries. Lord John Fisher saying, "He is the most skillful and quick-thinking diplomat in all of Europe." Otto von Bismarck said, "Of all intelligence in Europe, 90% is in Abdulhamid, 5% is in myself, and 5% in everyone else." Sheikh Abdulhamid Kish, a renowned Islamic scholar, said, "Sultan Abdulhamid was a wise and just ruler who always put the interests of the Muslim world first." Dr. Ali al-Salabi, a prominent Libyan historian, said, "Abdulhamid was a visionary leader who made significant contributions to the Ottoman Empire and the region as a whole." Abdulhamid, like numerous other Ottoman sultans before him, dabbled in poetry. In one of his poems, he expresses his faith with the following verses: "My Lord, I know you are the dear one, and no one but you are the dear one. You are the one, and nothing else. My God, take my hand in these hard times. My God, be my helper in this critical hour." He famously said, "The progress and welfare of the Muslim world is my greatest concern. The Ottoman Empire is a fortress of Islam, and I am its protector. Palestine is not a piece of land to be sold. It is a sacred trust that we must protect. Had I been ruling the Ottoman Empire, I would have kept the Europeans fighting each other so that the Muslim could continue living in peace." On February 10, 1918, after Fajr prayer, he passed away. He was laid to rest in a mausoleum in Sultanahmet, Istanbul. May Allah shower His mercy on Abdulhamid II and grant him paradise. We hope you enjoyed this video on the history of Sultan Abdulhamid II. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.